Welcome to Ribbon and Roll. I'm Amanda.
I'm Aaron, and this is Carmen. And today we are winterizing Carmen because we live in the north and it's getting cold.
You can tell we're due for it because the bottle is frozen.
So we have a Basecamp 16X from 2021. So everything that we're doing today is for our model specifically. We did watch a video from Airstream. They have an Ask an Airstreamer series. So that's where we're getting a lot of this information and the steps that we're gonna take to winterize. I'll link that video down below, so make sure and watch that if you would like to get the information on your Airstream model.
So the first step is to make sure that your black tank is empty. We did that the last time we went on a trip, so we're all good there.
So step 2 is going to be draining the fresh water out of the system. So that's really the main concept here, is get water out of the system. So there are a couple of valves. We're going to go to our freshwater tank. There's a valve on that I'm going to start with. And you can see some water dump out of there. And then back behind it, that's a good question. I don't know what
oh, look at it, hurry.
Oy, oy, oy.
Real live action.
Ooh, 85%.
Okay.
This might take a minute to drain all that water out. The other drain is going to be the low point drain. So there's one back behind it, a valve back behind where the water's coming out now. So I need to get to that one to really get it truly drained out. That low point has some pressure to it. And one thing about these drain valves is we're going to leave them open for now. There are other steps that we're going to take, so we will come back and close these up at a later stage. So while the water is still draining, we're going to get down to the water heater, which in the Basecamp 16 is under the driver's side of the dinette bed area, which requires a little bit of unscrewing things.
What are you looking for?
This is the thing we're going to use. Trying to just figure it all out. At some point we're going to use this little thing to suck in the antifreeze. Come back to that. Winterizing. Look at that. It even tells you. I'm like, why don't you own a power drill? Because I left it at home and didn't think about it, and I'm a dum-dum.
Why do you say that? You know you're gonna get the comment.
I just did say it.
Do you think they heard you?
I'm a dum-dum. Use a power drill.
What? Let me see.
It's real dark. Alright, next up, we are inside. We've now opened things up. There is a yellow valve for the hot water heater. This is a release valve that's going to drain water out the bottom. So I'm going to dig down in. It's going to be really hard to show you, but there's a little yellow valve underneath your Truma heater. And then Amanda's going to run around and show you the water coming out to make sure that I did it right. Go.
You did it right. Check it out. Another stream of water.
So now all the water has drained out of the water heater. I'm going to take that yellow valve and flip it back to the closed position. There you go. So next up is bypassing the water heater, because we don't want to be putting antifreeze into the water heater, just not necessary. So there's a little valve that comes out of the water pump that we're going to go ahead and turn in here. So there's a couple things down here. This, again, we'll come back to this. This is where we'll be putting antifreeze into the system. That's the inlet. But down here, this one is that comes from the water heater, or the water pump, I'm sorry, which is back there, and goes into the water heater. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn that one way or the other. There we go. And now, because that is perpendicular to the flow of the pipe, no water is going to go past that valve. It's only going to come back this way into these pipes, which actually run to all of our different faucets and toilets and all of that stuff, which we do want antifreeze to go into.
So we're about to put the antifreeze in, but so that it doesn't just drain straight out, we're gonna need to close these 3 valves. All right, all set.
So this little tag was on the tube that we're going to use to suck the antifreeze in, but it does a good job. Pretty much all of these valves shows you how it's going to, like, how the water is going to be flowing. So in your normal use, if you don't want any sort of antifreeze or water coming through this pipe, you're going to have the valve that way. It's going to be perpendicular to this one because then nothing goes in that direction. If you do want it to go through that one, you want the valve going in that direction, obviously vice versa, back and forth. All right, we've closed the door so the lighting's a little bit better and not just blinding me while I talk to you. In the newer models, they've built this in for us. This is the actual Winterizing conversion kit. There's a valve down there with a tube coming out. If you have an older model, I don't know when they actually started doing this, but if you have an older model Airstream, you may have to buy a separate kit to use, but we don't have to do that. So we're gonna take this cap off. We're gonna open up our antifreeze, RV Marine antifreeze, the pink stuff. Just go to the store and buy it. Don't try and buy this online because there's a lot of people trying to price gouge online. So it should be about $5. That was what it was for us, just at our local Ace Hardware.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
But you
no
can if
affiliate
you want.
links.
But if you're watching,
There we go. Maybe.
stab it. Just stab it.
Stab it
With the scissors.
with
Oh
the knife.
Excess use of the knife.
All right, there we go. I'm gonna set that carefully. Put my trash over there. Put this into the bottom there. So now that I have the hose in the pink stuff, you can see down here I've turned this valve up again. It's actually parallel with the tube because that's where I want antifreeze to go. Now Amanda's gonna go ahead and turn the water pump on, and you can hear and see that antifreeze is slowly.
Looks like it's a little pinched. It's a little pinched.
That's there. That's there.
I mean,
All
it's
right.
working. I really think it was.
Let's try it again.
Ready?
Yep. Just slow. Do you want to maybe go try, like, yeah, go run one of the faucets. So Amanda's over there. She's going to run the sink faucet just until some of the pink stuff starts coming through.
The lights on. Just regular water. Is it helping it?
There. I feel like that's a lot better.
No, air's just going here. I'm gonna kick the valve off, the pump off. Let's reassess here. All right, we're making progress.
Coming out pink out of the shower.
All the pink. All right.
Wait,
She's doing the shower.
Hold on. Do it or
No,
don't do
undo it. Or like,
it?
stop doing it.
Well, I don't know about the.
Turn the pump off.
Okay.
Testing the sink. Turning on the pump.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Because it's coming like full force. Okay, that's why you're running out.
Yeah.
But then the hot's not. So when I...
Which is fine. That's actually okay. That makes sense.
Okay.
Because we turned the hot water pump off, bypassing it completely. Nothing's going into those pipes.
And they won't... Okay, so the sink's done then, right?
And you saw it out of the shower?
Yeah, but I don't understand which one. So
Again,
here's the shower.
Same issue. Same thing. There should be no hot water. There's nothing coming through the hot water system. You want to do the toilet?
Well, I'm worried because there's literally ice in there. On a skewer.
That's what you thought that was gonna do it?
What do I have to do? Maybe we should put warm water on it. From the house.
All right,
It's pretty frozen. Ooh, that's not good. Ready?
Finally,
Needs to be clean.
the toilet has also got the pink stuff. All right, so now that we have pink stuff all the way through the whole system on all of the different water things. For us on a Basecamp, it's a little simpler. I know some models have a bathroom kitchen and a bathroom kitchen. I know some models have a bathroom sink and a kitchen sink, so you're gonna have to make sure and do both of those. And if you have an indoor and outdoor shower, this is kind of the combo setup. You'll have to do both of those as well. Just make sure you have antifreeze going all the way through the system. Now that we do, we're gonna go ahead and turn the water pump off. Right, so I have taken the hose out of the antifreeze. They give you that nice cap, so we're gonna go ahead and cover that back up and wrap this up a little bit and just tuck it inside here. So we're gonna be done with the plumbing system, so I'm gonna go ahead, screw all these back in and close this panel back up. So now we're gonna move on to the electrical system. And while we have it kept in the driveway, a lot of times it is plugged in. I just unplugged the power cable because it's not best to have it always plugged in. It can, if something goes wrong on the system, it can overcharge a battery and totally kill it. So we are going to do that, and we'll go back inside to show you the next step with that system.
So one of the options is to take the battery out and put it on a trickle charge, but because we have solar, actually, we can do the master disconnect and then let the solar kind of be that, act as the trickle charge. Once I flip this switch, then power will not be going to the rest of the system, just to the battery. And the lights are out. And then the very last step is to make sure you check your fridge, go in and empty all the food out, make sure that there's no ice, and if you wanna, we use this little clip to kind of make sure that it stays open, air it out. And you can make sure to get one of those baking powder kits to suck up any moisture, so that when you come back for the season, you're good to go. So that will be it. We do have other videos that we've previously filmed from other trips, but we wanted to make sure that this one went live in time for everyone to winterize. So be sure to hit subscribe to find out where in the world Carmen goes next. /already went.